Hey guys, Michael here with Hello Cupcake It's Me. Today is the Wednesday check-in. It is Wednesday, September 28th, 2022. And how are you? So I am doing the update through, not through, in my car today because I had to go get my tires changed at Les Schwab. And, that was at 8:30 this morning, and they had me out of there by like 9, so a lot faster than I had anticipated, but I'm happy. My car is in good running condition right now. Having a little bit of a issue with an O2 sensor, so I have no idea what that is, but whenever it throws the code, I just shut the code off or whatever. And it only seems to happen whenever I put the car into cruise control. So as long as I don't drive with cruise control, it seems to be okay. But yeah, I completely killed the receptionist at Les Schwab just now. She thought that they were looking for an application, and she asked me, she said, "Did you apply online?" I was like, "Oh, no, honey. You don't want me to work with you guys. You would hate me." She's like, "I highly doubt that." I said, "Okay, well, let me rephrase that. The customers would hate me because my customer service voice went to Harvard. My give a fuck went to the hood." And she fell out laughing, like to the point where we had to stop and wait for her to recompose herself to, like, be able to continue doing business with us. Well, with me and the other guys standing around. But yeah, so I like, whenever I go and I deal with anyone who has to deal with the public, I love to try to make them laugh or just to be that one good customer, because I've worked in customer service before and people can be assholes. And, you know, you have that one or two customers that come in that just make your life a little bit better for, like, that transaction. And that really does help set the tone for the whole day. Or if you're having a shitty day and you have that one good customer come in, it really does help, like, oh, God, you know, I really needed that. Thank you. So I always try to not only ask them directly, how are you today? Not how are you at work or whatever, but like, how are you today? And open up that dialogue, allowing them to talk to me if they want to. Or, you know, just having them take a second to, like, well, fuck, how am I today? So, you know, I always try to be courteous to public workers. Now, if they come to me and they're a complete asshole and I still try to be nice to them and they're still an asshole, fuck them. So yeah, there's that. And this is my view for this morning. That's a ferry that takes you across to the islands. But yeah, beautiful gray Washington day. This is one of my favorite places to come and hang out because it's just so peaceful. But yeah, last night went to trivia and we kicked ass. If we don't go up a rank, I'm gonna be beyond pissed. Like, we kicked all of the booty yesterday. There were a couple of times where I was like number 1 or number 2 nationally. The last 3 categories in our like, we started off strong, middle we kind of meh, and then we ended strong. But the last 3 categories, we had just like thousands across the board. And each time we like, each question, thousand. So, like, we kicked butt last night to the point where they even gave us a shout out on the main Facebook group. which is the first time we've ever gotten a shout out on the Facebook group. So that was pretty freaking awesome. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll matter. We were down 2 people yesterday. So one of them is kind of a strong player. The other one, hit or miss, but more in the geeky department and some of the music department. But I actually was able to answer some of the sports questions, which was freaking amazing because, like, I don't watch sports, but one of the questions is, what is the Philadelphia mascot? And I was like, oh, that's the Fanatic. And everyone looks at me, I'm like, yeah, it's the Philadelphia Fanatic. But I didn't know that the Philadelphia Fanatic was spelled PH instead of FAN. It was PHANITC or something like that. And I got that wrong because I spelt it the way that I thought it was supposed to be felt, not with the PH. So, and I got emotional support coffee. Well, emotional support dessert, because, you know, I needed a little bit extra energy this morning, and I'm going to be going for a walk, so the walk that I do will completely cancel out the 500 calories that is. But anyways, yeah, so had a really good night with that. Yesterday was hella busy for me, though. Like Monday and Tuesday both were really busy. Monday I had my mental health appointment, and I went and I did my check-in, and I actually didn't get all the way through. He said that he was gonna have to extend it until like 11:30, and I'm like, no, that's not going to work for me because I get together with my sister from 11 to 12. I'm like, so no, that's not going to work. We're going to have to finish up whatever next time. And I overshared a little bit, and I'm feeling kind of weird about it. He had to do a new intake on me because he hadn't seen me in like 12 years or whatever. But one of my diagnoses is suicidal ideation. And for those of you who don't know, it's kind of where like you daydream about suicide or like the ways that you're going to kill yourself or whatever, but you don't really have any set plan or tools or whatever. And so, you know, I daydream ways that I'm going to kill myself when I am hyper depressed. And I hate even saying that and putting that out into the universe, but you know, it is part of my diagnosis, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who does this, especially if you deal with mental health issues or whatever else. And so when he was doing my intake and he asked me questions, I answered him honestly. And he looked at me, he's like, you don't have any plans or whatever to do this? And I said, no, I don't. And then he asked me about access to dangerous weapons or whatever. I said, yeah, I have several. I said I have a brand new set of kitchen knives. I have all of my medications. I have a shotgun. I'm like, but those aren't tools. Those aren't things that I would use. I'm like, so, you know, you don't have to worry about that. And he's like, okay. And I said, I really don't ever plan on killing myself. I don't have a plan. Do I daydream about it? Do I daydream about, like, what it would be like if I was no longer around, if the people who were causing me this pain and suffering that I feel right now, if, you know, if it would be impactful on their lives, or if it would just be like, oh, good, he's gone. You know, shit that you think about when you are dark and depressed and just like out of it. And so, you know, I talked to him about that or whatever, and I feel really weird about having even verbalized that, but it's too late. The cat's out of the bag, and there it is. And, you know, I'm usually pretty transparent on this channel and let you guys know exactly what's going on in my life, what's like, where my mental health is. You know, a couple of videos ago, I was breaking down on camera, and now, you know, I'm in a good spot. It's just how being bipolar and having mental health issues work. Some days you're good, some days you're bad, some days you are really, really good, and some days you are really, really bad. And he asked me, he says, well, do you have a list of things that you do that kind of helps you break out of those cycles? And I'm like, yeah, you know, I have a lot of tools at my disposal. And I named them off. I was like, the very first thing I do is I turn on music. Doesn't matter what kind of music it is, just music. Usually music that I can sing or dance to, or that like has a good hyper vibe to it. I said sometimes it's classical violin. Sometimes it's Dixie Chicks. Sometimes it's Marilyn Manson. Sometimes it's Eazy-E and, you know, NWA, and like, just it really depends. I'm like, so music's my first one that I go to. The second one that I go to is I try to get out in nature. I disconnect so I can reconnect. And he's like, I really like that. He's like, can you explain about that? I said, yeah, you know, we live in such a beautiful area with a lot of natural resources and habitats and stuff like that. I said, so if I'm feeling really down or whatever, I'll disconnect for the whole day. I'll go radio silent. I won't be on Facebook or anything else. I'll turn my cell phone off, and I will just go out in the woods, and I'll sit under a tree and I'll meditate. Or I'll go to the water and I'll sit there and I'll just watch the water, watch the world go by. Or just go and sit next to the creek and listen to the sounds of nature. If that doesn't work, then I start doing arts and crafts, and I do things to be creative. And if that doesn't work, then I'll watch funny movies or whatever. And then if that doesn't work, I'll put myself to sleep, meaning I'll take a nap or whatever. And that usually resets me. And if all of those don't reset or don't help me, then I just sit with my emotions until I start to feel better. And he's like, damn, those are really good tools. And I'm like, well, yeah. And I told him, I said, you know, I've been taking mental health classes to better assist myself in dealing with the crap that I go through on a daily basis, because I don't feel like I get any help, or the help that I need or want, with the facilities around here that are available to me. And because I'm on Social Security, that means that I have Medicare and Medicaid, and so a lot of private practices don't want to deal with Medicare, and a lot of them don't want to deal with Medicaid, and Medicaid only says that you can do XYZ with this person, or, you know, you can't go to that person or whatever else. And Medicare says you can only do this, this, and this, but you can't do this. So it's like a lot of times you're stuck in the middle, like, well, I just need fucking help. And the insurance companies are all like, well, fuck you. So, I don't know. It's a bunch of bullshit. But yeah, when I told him, I was like, I became a state certified peer counselor. I'm like, I didn't mean to, and I don't know what I'm going to do with that. But I went through the state certification, and it was kind of just a challenge to myself to see if I could pass this test. And I have that knowledge. I have that ability now to help myself. Oh, I see XYZ is going on with me. So what would I tell a client? Okay, I would tell a client to do X or ABC, and I would do this, this, and this, and I would help them with this, this, and this. He's like, Michael, knowing who you are from the past and knowing who you are now, that would be an amazing field for you to get into. I said, I'm not looking to get into any kind of field work or anything like that. I said, based on the terms of my Social Security disability, I'm not allowed to work, or I'm not supposed to work. And I said, like I had said, I only took these classes to learn how to help myself. I said, and I use the knowledge that I've gained to help friends and family members. And I said, but above and beyond that, right now my main focus is just being on me, and the fact that we're going into the winter months where my depression seems to get the worst. And I have that seasonal affective depression, or whatever it's called, or seasonal associated depression. And he's like, well, do you have a sad lamp? And I said, yeah, I actually have 2 of them, and they just came into my life. Found one at Goodwill, and I found another one at like a little estate sale for $1. He's like, really? Those are scores. I said, yeah, so I'm going to be trying that out this year, and hopefully that'll work. I didn't tell him about wanting to microdose. I kind of kept that one under my hat. So, and I don't think I'm going to, just because, I really don't want to do that now. Like, earlier in the summer, it sounded like a good idea, but right now, as of right now, today, I don't want to do that. So, that could change. Who knows? But I got a lot of stuff coming up that should keep me occupied. One of them being my girlfriends are putting on a witches walk, and I'm serving on the Council of Magic. And the Council of Magic is just a couple of us who are going to judge the Halloween costumes and stuff like that. And so I got to get a Halloween costume together, and so far this is my witch's hat. I got this on Amazon for $8, and then I bought the little pentagram here. I got that for $4. So far this is my costume. I have some other things that's gonna go with it. Like, I have these black and red striped knee-high socks that I've had forever. And you've probably seen them at Walmart or Hot Topic or Goodwill. They're usually like $2 to $9. But I have a pair of those that I'm going to wear. And then I have a black skirt and a red skirt, and I haven't decided which one I'm going to wear, but it also depends on how cold it is, if I wear pants or if I wear a skirt. But typically with that outfit, I usually wear a skirt. I also have a black bondage skirt from Hot Topic from decades ago when I used to dress goth. That I could wear also, but yeah, so I have that, and I'm gonna try to make my own witch's broom. I need to go to one of the local beaches and see if I can find some good driftwood, which I'm probably going to do today. I actually should be doing that right now. Because I don't have to be back over here to my sister's until 11, and the island that I need to go to for that driftwood is right over there in the distance on the other side of that ferry. That I can get to that island. It's actually not that far away from my house, and I can drive around, and there's a bridge that goes over there. So, I wish that I could go straight across, because it would save me almost 20 miles from where I'm at right now. But I'll probably just do that after lunch with my sister or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna try to make my own broom. If not, I have a house broom that I'm just gonna decorate. And I got a prosthetic nose piece and some liquid latex, and I'm just gonna build up different things. And I got like this little this eyeball that I'm gonna put right here, and I got some fake eyelashes. So I have a pretty decent makeup kit that I've been building on over the last couple of years, because me and my friend Carmen, we do costuming and stuff like that, and do a lot of cosplay. My makeup bag, like all my girlfriends, they see my makeup bag and they're just like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, got a nice little stash of makeup for being a guy or whatever. But yeah, so, I'm kind of looking forward to that. And, we're getting donations left and right of candy, which is fucking amazing. I think we're up to 83 pounds of candy right now. Our ultimate goal is 200 pounds. And if we go over that, that's going to be even more awesome. But, yeah, so anyways, that's just pretty much what's been going on lately. And I realize that I'm at like 24 minutes now, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. But if you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them in the comment section down below. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Head on over to the blog, www.hellocupcakeitsme.com, and head on over to the podcast, anchor.fm/hellocupcakeitsme, to join along with the podcast. And until next time, I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.